celebrating our connection with our pets. This is Animal Radio. Here are your hosts, Al Abrams and Judy Francis.
And your dream team, toll free. Fly to the world famous Russian dog wizard, Dr. Debbie, dog father Joey Villani, and animal communicator Joey Turner, all available at your beck and call at 1-866-405-8405. I'm sorry, Mika. Did I not mention you today? Little Mika. Can we talk baby talk to Mika? Mika doesn't like it when I talk baby talk.
No, she doesn't.
Oh, hold on.
Baby
Mika
talk.
Down. Stay. Where is our treats? Okay. Good girl. You stay. You're supposed to be good.
I got to tell you, Vladi sent me, emailed me like 10 tips for you to training your pet. And Vladi, I got to tell you, it was perfect because the way that you spelled it out was absolutely perfect for every little problem that we have. What I basically did was I printed it out and I gave it to my wife. I told her, you need to
You do it.
Yeah. Well, it's, you know what? She, the dog's always around her and she lets them get away with more bad habits than I do.
But you haven't been too much polite to me right now because you didn't present it properly. I didn't send you the Vladi's tips. I sent you article which featured tips. That's what you're supposed to say to the listeners.
Well,
Please.
I'm glad you just told them that. Thank you. And I apologize for that because I'm glad you told everyone that. So now they know.
So am I.
Yeah, if I'm not going to die from self-modesty, that's for sure.
Anyway, on the show today, Joy Behar joins us for the Season of Stars from The View. Today we have the word of the day, the secret word of the day. This is a new contest we're starting here. We just hired a brand new social media networking director, and she's put together a contest. We're going to give you a word sometime during the show. It's a secret word. You're going to go over to Facebook, where she's going to ask you what the word is, and that will qualify you to win today a Bret Michaels accessory package, which includes all kinds of toys and clothing and all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah, I hope it's not the F word.
Sneak in there.
No, it's not going to be the F word. I would never do that. Stacy, what are you working on?
Wow, kitty litter can make you commit suicide. I am not kidding. There's a new study out, and it's not just from somebody not changing the kitty litter. There's a toxic chemical in there. I'll tell you about it coming up on Animal Radio News.
So I guess if you're a cat lover and you have the feeling that you just want to slit your wrists, remember, cut sideways, it bleeds faster. That's all I'm saying.
Stop it, Hal.
Okay.
You're supposed to be good to the cats.
I am. I'm always good to I love cats. You hate cats, don't you?
Not me. Mika, German Shepherd, my Mika, she just told me the only good thing about the cats, it's a great exerciser for the dogs. So that's what
they're delicious.
Both you guys, stop it.
It's interesting enough. In this country, of course, the cats are fine. Of course, they don't fulfill any jobs. I mean, at least a dog can bite somebody's ass if somebody bad guys come in. I know, Judy. I know.
Hey, my cat can get rid of the mice and gophers in the yard. Well, they're supposed to.
Time
anyway.
out. I've seen an attack cat.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something. It scared me worse than most dogs that went after me because that cat was coming with a vengeance.
Yeah.
And it was coming, and I seen it coming. It was like the skill saw was running across the floor at you. I get out of the way quick.
Yeah. Well, the problem with cats is you never know when they're going to attack. With dogs, you sort of have an idea, but
they just
cats
sneak
just
up on
go
you.
and they have those sharp claws. Joey, what are you working on today?
I'm working on. It's funny we're talking about cats. I'm working on a stinky kitty and how to get rid of that without waters or sprays.
That reminds me of the Friends episode.
Smelly cat. That's right. Smelly cat.
Okay, we'll make your cat smell beautiful today. Insert your own jokes right there, ladies and gentlemen. I can't do it. It's a family show, damn it. The Addams family.
We have too much fun today, guys.
We really do.
Yeah, but I love when the Joe is giving some tips, and sometimes I kind of thinking, he's the best groomer, but he's also is a great educator. I love the way how he's educating the people. He putting in such a simple terms. He always bring the natural, like a baking soda. That's what you're going to talk today, yeah?
Well, now you've told it. Now you've given away what he's going to talk about.
Yeah, but that's all right. That's all right. Because I appreciate such a big build-up. How can I get mad? Vladi, thank you very much. I appreciate that. But yeah, the baking soda, we're going to talk about how to use it, and that's going to help things out a little. That's part of the tip.
That's
Can't give it all away in one shot.
Okay, well, let's take a quick break. When we come back, it's your phone calls right here at 1-866-405-8405. It's Animal Radio. Write that on your unk.
celebrating our connection with our pets. This is Animal Radio. Here are your hosts, Hal Abrams and Judy Francis.
And welcome, my friend. Your dream team is here at 1-866-405-8405. Dr. Debbie answering your vet medical questions. Vlade, the world famous Russian dog wizard, prophesizing. Animal communicator Joey Turner. And dog father Joey Villani. All toll free. By the way, you can also get us your question at yourvoice@animalradio.com or at the website over at facebook.com/animalradio. You can even tweet us at Animal Radio. Let's see. Dr. Debbie just stepped in. I understand she's dealing with a case of the strangles today.
Yeah, that's a strange name.
What is that?
Isn't it? Like, everyone just kind of wonders, what in the world is she talking about?
Yes.
Puppy.
Well, yes, and actually this was a very dear little patient of mine, a little Chihuahua puppy, and she actually, we diagnosed her with strangles, which is also known as juvenile cellulitis, and it's actually a pretty horrible looking disease where they get sores all over their eyelids, their face, their ears, they lose hair, and these sores ooze fluid, their lymph nodes get big, and that kind of, hence the name, the lymph nodes in the neck get really big and almost look like they're strangling the dog.
Is it contagious?
No, it isn't contagious, fortunately, but it is a kind of a strange immune system disease we see in puppies, usually between 1 to 5 months of age, and it's an inherent problem in just these selected pets.
Is it
not
painful?
Contagious. It is. It can be painful, and a lot of these little guys are very feeling cruddy, run down. This little girl, her lymph nodes were so large, and they were actually oozing pus out of them, and they ruptured through the skin, so they were really uncomfortable. But finally, we've got her, she's on track. She's responding to the therapy and doing quite well. But it's a rough disease for a lot of these little babies. And we do see it a little bit more in some breeds. I think Golden Retrievers are the breed I tend to see it in the most, but also Dachshunds and Siberian Huskies are the big ones.
How long does it take for them to recover?
It can take up to about 10 days. And usually the best response they get is we treat them with steroids. So it quiets down their immune response. And then we do other things, antibiotics and then medicated shampoos and such like that.
Does the hair grow back?
It can, but a lot of doggies I have that actually are scarred on their eyelids and on their on the muzzle area. So they just may not grow hair back in those areas. But for the most part, it's once they get through it, they're never going to have it again, and they're usually doing well afterwards.
Does it affect like a whole litter, or can it just affect one out of the litter?
It actually just hits the individual, so it's not necessarily inherited, something that the other ones are going to get. It's kind of bad luck of the draw, if you will.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you know all of this stuff. I'd make a lousy doctor, that's for sure. If you need the doctor's help or the behaviorist help, 1-866-405-8405 right now. Stacy working hard in the newsroom.
Well, it is bathing suit season, and maybe you're trying to get that bulldog of yours in a bikini. Well, they can't swim, so maybe you ought to pass on that.
I didn't know.
I have some tips for you on different types of exercise programs for different types of dogs. There's some dogs that just are not really exercise efficient. They're just not. They're meant to look good. They're pretty dogs, like the Pekingese and the Bulldogs. I'll tell you more about that coming up on Animal Radio News.
Let's see, Joey Behar on the way, if I haven't mentioned that yet. Let's hit the phones right now at 1-866-405-8405. We have Michael on the phone. Hey, Michael, welcome to the show.
Hello, how are you?
Good. I understand you want to talk to Vlade. What's going on?
I have a little 5-pound Chihuahua, male, neutered, and when we go for walks out in a field or where it's really safe, where there's no other dogs or cars or anything, he walks right by my left heel wonderfully. And I'm just so proud of him. We just kind of prance around, and he's just right there all the time. But when I put a leash on him, he freezes, and he just won't budge. And what I'm trying to do is get him leash trained so we could take further walks throughout the neighborhood and be safe, so he won't get away. And I'm wondering why he freezes like that and what I should do about it to get him to start moving, because his feet are dug in his claws and he just won't go.
I just would like to ask the advice from my German Shepherd. Mika, we have a Chihuahua here. The Chihuahua doesn't want to walk. What do you think? What we need to do? Maybe she has some learning problems, right? No, Mika doesn't know that. Look, here's what I will let you know how to fix your problem. Number one, is it common in Chihuahuas? Yes, it is. I see it all the time. You put some weight on them, even different harness, they're freezing. I would say that's one of the very common Chihuahua's problem. How to resolve it? Number one, try to, because you just told me, you know the answer already. You told me off-leash is the wonderful. So here's the positive way of resolving this problem. Grab a piece of the chicken, American cheese, favorite treats, and do high and low. I call it high and low. Say whatever her name is, whatever, Heidi. Heidi, high pitch. Let's go. Come on. Few steps, off-leash I'm talking about, and give the treats. Put emphasis on let's go. Heidi, let's go. Come on. And love and treats. Do 3-4 times. And after that, use the trick. Pick up your dog. Or you don't need to pick up if you can do this trick which you just explained and walk away from your house. After, turn back toward your house now. And let's say if you have a wife or mistress or anyone who Chihuahua loves, that person needs to stay close to the house. So you're basically staying probably 20-30 feet away from the house. The person staying close to the house, you're facing to that person. Now you need to put a very light leash. If it's possible, maybe string, maybe a very light piece of the rope. So almost have no weight. In this situation, ask the person as you say, let's go. Kneel down and say, come on, babies. Make some type of the weird sounds. In the same time, you say, Heidi, let's go. And as you say, you gently pull the leash toward your wife or whoever it is who is asking the dog coming toward them. The dog will definitely go after that because, number one, she wants to go toward the house. Number two, she wants to go to your wife. And and plus you already kind of worked on let's go command. The dog knows you're going to get the treats. So if the dog doesn't go slightly pull the leash, come on, like very gently, like the key is not to the straight pull. The key is tug and release. Even few seconds she walks on its own without pressure on the string. You scream, good girl, kneel down, give her love, give her cheese. After, get up and say, Heidi, let's go again. Come on. And as you say, another person screaming. And that's how I would do if I were you. If that method will not work, you need to go to a little bit extreme size. You need to use device by name Pet Convincer, which I'm calling, and I not just having stuck Dear My Hell in this product, I co-invented that product because I believe it's just a miracle. You say, let's go, and Chihuahua resist. You slightly, just behind the Chihuahua, make that noise, pss, pss, with that product, pss, air. She gonna get spooked and walk forward. From that time, say, good girl, give her love, give her treats. That's what I would do. It's a very delicate procedure, but that would my approach would be. I know if I would be around, I could show you. It would be just a 2 seconds deal, but I hope you will succeed. And thank you so much for calling us.
You're welcome.
Thanks for your call, Michael. I wish you best of luck with that. If you have any trouble, give us a call back, and we'll do a follow-up for you. 1-866-405-8405 to connect with our dream team here at Animal Radio.
Animal Radio is brought to you by...
New from Behar Animal Health. Advantage 2 quickly kills fleas within 12 hours. Canine Advantage 2 for dogs only repels and kills ticks, fleas, mosquitoes, repels biting flies, and kills lice. Both products are waterproof and kill all flea life stages. Advantage 2 and Canine Advantage 2 are registered trademarks of Behar.
You love your pets, but should anything ever happen to your furry friend, could you really afford it? With pet insurance from ProtectYourBubble.com, you can get up to 90% reimbursement for covered charges. Use any licensed vet and cancel at any time. Let us help you care for your pet with pet insurance that covers accidents and illnesses. Visit ProtectYourBubble.com for a quick quote or call us at 855-792-7387. That's 855-792-7387. Underwritten by United States Fire Insurance Company. Coverage may vary by state.
Provide your pet protection from biting pests with an easy once-a-month application. Advantage 2 quickly kills fleas within 12 hours on cats and dogs. Canine Advantage 2 for dogs only repels and kills ticks, fleas, mosquitoes, repels biting flies, and kills lice. Advantage 2 and Canine Advantage 2 are waterproof and kill all flea life stages. Advantage 2 and Canine Advantage 2 are available at your veterinarian or favorite pet specialty retailer and are registered trademarks of Bayer. What dog food is specifically designed to reduce the risk of cancer, settle digestive upsets, reduce scratching and shedding? Canine Caviar. What dog food reduces red tear stains and hot spots? Canine Caviar. What dog food has probiotics that reduce the chance of soft stools and have a higher calorie count for better nutrient absorption? Canine Caviar. So what are you feeding your dog? If you didn't answer Canine Caviar, visit caninecaviar.com today and get your pet started on a longer, healthier life.
Fido Friendly is the travel and lifestyle magazine for you and your dog. Each issue includes hotel and destination reviews along with health and wellness topics, dog training tips, and the latest fashion trends. Pick up a copy at Borders, Barnes & Noble, Hastings, or go online to FidoFriendly.com and subscribe today. Fido Friendly is the only magazine dedicated to the travel and lifestyle of man's best friend and the one magazine your dog will thank you for.
Hey, this is Big Ant from Rescue Inc. Remember, spay and neuter your animal, and abusers are losers. Now back to Animal Radio.
Okay, guys, sometimes we're receiving emails when some people who probably have a little bit not too much sense of understanding our humor, telling us that you're having too much humor, not too much information. So I would like to give them information so they could think through and maybe call us and tell us what they think, or maybe take a home taking value from my tip. And my tip today would be to the typical pet owner about authority. We always think about, well, why my dog doesn't obey me? Well, look at the kids. Will they obey the parents just because of love? No. They will obey the parents because of respect. Respect nobody gonna give you, people. Out of gratitude. You have to take it. Look what you're doing with your pets and try to change it, because if you keep doing what you keep doing, you're gonna get what you're getting. So number one, start to think differently. There is only two ways for the dog training. Or you're using bribe, treats, American cheese, Russian kielbasa, and say, Heidi, come, and show them and give it to them. Or make sure you make your dog come to you, for instance, and you can give your food, treats, whatever, after the fact. This is the difference between using the positive reinforcement as the reward versus as the bribe. That's what the tip for you for today, and thank you for listening Animal Radio. We are here to help. We love you so much. Yes, we love you so much, and we love you, Dr. David, today very much as well. Thank you for entertainment. You've done it for us today.
You're getting the hook today, boy. Get out of the way. Hey, and can I just say one more thing, Hal, as we're talking about summertime and the heat. You know, we were talking a little bit earlier about the heat concerns.
Yeah.
Sunscreen. There's sunscreen for dogs, and it's very important because we do get solar dermatitis, sunburn for pets. So use a waterproof baby sunscreen.
Are you talking about when the male is in heat? That's what you meant?
No, we're talking sunburn. White-colored dogs and cats can get sunburn. They can get sores.
I didn't know
they
that.
can actually get skin cancer. So the ear tips, the nose, and even like the groin where there's not a lot of hair, they're very susceptible to the effects of the sun there. So keep the pets out of the high-heat sun, and if you need to keep them outside, apply this waterproof baby sunscreen. We avoid zinc-containing sunscreen, so you don't want to use that on your pets. But
And you, Judy, would like to give us tips of using special shoes for the pets in the hot environment. Yes, Judy.
Hey.
Now wait a second on the sunscreen. I want to know we can't use human sunscreen because that contains zinc.
Not all types. So we avoid the zinc can be toxic when that's ingested, so you don't want to use zinc oxide. And there's also octyl salicylate products, which is another type of component that can be dangerous, especially for cats, because they don't process the salicylates very well. So their liver works differently. So you just got to avoid those. But that's why the baby sunscreens, or there's a lot of doggy and pet sunscreens on the market, so you can stick with those.
How you know all of this thing?
She's so smart, isn't she?
How she knows that? Did they teach you in the medical school about this?
I don't know. I think it's just my shirt that makes me so smart.
1-866-405-8405. That is toll free, my friend, to the entire dream team. That could be animal communicator Joey Turner, dog father Joey Villani, Vlade the Russian dog wizard, or Dr. Debbie. And we have one for Joey Villani. Hey, Isaac. How you doing?
Fine.
What's up?
I have a German Shepherd that I've adopted, basically. He's a rescue dog. And we work patrol together. I'm training him to be a police canine dog, okay? We do security. And he just leaves hair all over the place in the car. So he's the hairiest dog I've ever had. I've had a few. And, I mean, like, he gets in the car and he shakes, he like shakes it off of him. So I'm thinking, so that's kind of the second question is that shaking a tick thing, or like, or is it like it's a normal routine for him to kind of shed the hair too to help your hair fall off?
Well, let me ask you a few questions, if I may. Yeah. Usually, something like this will start with nutrition. So I don't know what you're feeding him. Even if it's a good diet, some dogs just do better with different types of food. So what I would try is I would try changing his food little by little to see if that helps the problem. The other thing is how frequently do you have him groomed?
I've never had him groomed.
Okay, you definitely want to try that, and what you want to tell your professional groomer is, my dog is shedding like mad. I need to do a deep de-shedding. Now, this is also something that you can do at home. Okay. If you go to your local, and most of the pet department stores sell what they call carding, C-A-R-D-I-N-G tools. And what it is, it's a de-shedding comb. And it works wonders. It's the same thing your professional groomer is going to do probably for about an hour if they do the right job. But if you do it at home, if you just did it 15 minutes a night to begin with, and what it's going to do, it's going to pull out all of that loose coat.
And the comb, is it the comb called carding?
It's a carding.
C-A-R-D-I-N-G?
Correct. It's a carding comb. It's a deep shedding comb, because some of the people might not understand the terminology carding, but if you ask for a deep shedding comb, they sell them. There's a bunch of different types.
So they would, right? Is that correct?
Absolutely. Even some of your local big department chains will have them, like Target and those type of stores also will have them. So if you don't have a pet place nearby you, I would go to one of your major department stores as well, because usually they carry them.
Okay.
If you do that 15 minutes a night, that's going to make a huge difference. But here's the other thing, and this might be a twofold problem for you. When dogs get excited, when they get nervous, when they get happy, when their temperament just changes, it's normal that they're going to shed excessively during that period of time. It just their coat just comes out. It's very normal. Now, the work that you're doing, you're teaching him, I don't know, to be a guard dog or whatever. Well, the excitement level definitely is going to go up when he's training. So that's why I definitely can understand why it's happening in your car, because it's probably happening after you're going through the training, or even before, because pets they go into the car, they get excited, they're going to shed a little bit more. You definitely can reduce it by using that carding comb. But remember one thing, it's a natural process. The dog is going to shed. You can control it a little bit, but you're never going to stop it, no matter what, especially with the breed of dog that you have. It's just natural. It's going to happen. But I think if you went out and had him professionally groomed and then followed up with your deep shedding carding type comb, I think you're going to be a lot happier.
Great, good enough. And him doing that little trimmer thing, like shaking, is that a process for him to kick off the dead hairs? Is that what that's for, too?
Absolutely. Okay. Shaking is going to be, he's trying to remove the coat. It's bothering him. When it loosens up, it itches them a little bit. They shake it, and they'll try to remove it basically themselves by doing that. But, yes, absolutely.
Great. Okay. I really appreciate your time on this, okay?
Thank you. And believe me, it will help. If you follow what I'm saying, you definitely get great results.
And that's getting that comb and carding, because I brush him twice a day now. I do.
You know what?
I pull, and I use the standard brush I have, because I've used some of the dog brushes, and they haven't given me what I wanted. I use one of my own hairbrushes, and it pulls more hair out of it than a standard dog brush. But go ahead, sir.
That's great that you're doing that, but honestly, ask for a deep shedding type comb. And I guarantee it's almost going to look like a little blade, like almost like it has a butter knife type of serration at the end. And you're just going to pull that through. You're not going to add a lot of pressure. You're just going to kind of pull that through the coat, and you're not going to believe how much you get out.
So I just got to get used to that shedding, because, I mean, the car is covered with it, my clothes are covered with it. Which I really don't mind. It's kind of part of having the dog, but I would kind of like to break some of that up a little bit.
Well, we wish you the best of luck with that. If you have any trouble, you need a follow-up call. If it's not working, give us a call back. We do free follow-ups here at 1-866-405-8405 to connect with our dream team. Dr. Debbie answering your vet medical questions, Vladi the world-famous Russian dog wizard, dog father Joey Villani, and animal communicator Joy Turner. This portion of Animal Radio is brought to you by Pet Stay. It's a really unique program for guests and their four-legged friends. It's available at Flamingo, Bally's, and Harrah's Resorts in Las Vegas. Pet Stay includes the food, the water dish, the sleeping mat, dog treats, and even a specialty room service menu. You can get more details at Caesars.com/PetStay Las Vegas. And if you're a child of the 80s or 70s or 60s, you'll love the Whippets. Which Devo. The picture that I'm looking at.
When you say Whippets, I'm thinking of like really
the dog.
Things with whipped cream there.
I was thinking of the dog there. But
Whippets, the dog.
Yeah.
That's where my mind is.
I believe it's a Devo tribute band, and they play a lot of great 80s songs, and they're playing at the Carnival Court outdoor stage in Harrah's, and the prices start at $50, and you can check them out tonight through July 28th. And bring your dog, not to the show, of course, but to the hotels like Caesars Palace, Paris, Planet Hollywood, Harrah's, Flamingo, Bally's, Rio, and Imperial Resorts in Las Vegas. Thank you guys for sponsoring Animal Radio.
This is
Animal Radio.
Concierge Desk, this is Amanda. Yes, I can recommend a great place for a walk.
Flamingo, Bally's, and Harrah's Las Vegas are rolling out 4-star treatment for our four-legged friends. Our new Pet Stay program includes in-room accommodations for up to 2 dogs, food and water dishes, sleeping mat, dog treats, specialty room service menus, and more. The dog days are here. Book your stay at Caesars.com/PetStay Las Vegas or call 800-427-7247.
Cat owners, listen up. We love our cats. They're so adorable, but we certainly can't say the same for their litter boxes. Wouldn't it be great if you had an attractive litter box with a stylish hood and designs like black patent, leopard print, polka dot? Well, now you can. Kitty A Go-Go is perfect for smaller homes or apartments where the litter box is usually an eyesore. Not only does Kitty A Go-Go look great, it adds a stylish decor element with personality. Your choice of 6 decorative hoods and colorful patterns will look great in any room. Seeing is believing. And since you can't see them on the radio, check out all the designs at kittyagogo.com. And that's not all. Kitty A Go-Go has a patented sifter rake, so there's no digging for treasures. In one single scoop of the rake, your cat's business is ready to dump right into the trash, making the task of cleaning up after your kitty a breeze. Made of the highest quality, durable, and stain-resistant plastic, both you and your cat will love this new concept in litter boxes. Kitty A Go-Go. You have to see it to believe it. Learn more at kittyagogo.com.
Hi, I'm Dick Van Patten.
And I'm Jimmy Van Patten.
And we're here to talk to you about our new line of Alpha grain-free dog and cat formulas. And we've been the leaders in grain-free nutrition with our LID formulas before grain-free became a trend.
Our new grain-free Alpha formulas combine multiple high-quality proteins at balanced levels with unique fruits and vegetables for vitamins and antioxidants.
For more information on Alpha and all of my dog and cat food formulas, visit naturalbalanceinc.com.
This is an Animal Radio News Update.
I'm Stacy Cohen for Animal Radio. Well, it's the summer months, so everybody's outside exercising, trying to fit into that bathing suit, no matter how long it takes. But you know what? You may be exercising outside and taking a look at your dog and going, Ralph, looks like your thighs are getting a little large. I think we need to start an exercise program. Well, before you do that, you want to have a conversation with your vet, just like you would do with your doctor for yourself. No matter what age, size, shape, breed, or mix of dog you have, you just can't push them into an exercise program till you know they're healthy. So once your vet gives you the go-ahead, look at your dog, because there's some kinds of exercise that are just not suitable for certain types of dogs. 2 kinds of dogs in particular are likely to be intolerant of some kind of exercise. Dogs that have short faces and dogs with short legs and long backs. Exaggerated features, they need special care. Dogs that have short noses like the Pekingese and Bulldogs, well, they're often exercise intolerant because they've been bred for an appearance that's, of course, adorable, but it's not efficient for breathing. They can actually overheat and even die when they're exerting themselves, especially when it's warmer. Swimming might seem like a good exercise to keep those dogs cool, except typically they don't swim very well either. In fact, some bulldogs, they can't swim at all. They'll just sink. For these dogs, walking at a slow pace when it's cool, morning or evening, probably the best exercise. Other dogs who need special consideration are those that have long backs and short legs, like the Corgis and the Dachshunds. These dogs are, not surprisingly, prone to back injuries. That means that activities that demand leaping and twisting movements, like when they're chasing after a frisbee, not a good idea for these dogs because they're very active. So if you really want to come up with activities that will keep all 4 on the floor, you'll be making your dog happy and keeping him healthy. Well, this is very surprising. There's a parasite commonly found in kitty litter boxes that could increase a person's risk for suicide. There's a new study that shows that Toxoplasma Gondii parasite causes changes in the brain of an infected person that will make them more likely to attempt to commit suicide. So stay away from the kitty litter. Get out of that box. Mars Petcare has announced a recall of some varieties of Pedigree canned dog food because of a potential choking risk. Now, this recall affects only weight management varieties. It was issued after the discovery of small pieces of blue plastic that entered the food during the production process. The source of the plastic's been identified and resolved, and while a few retailers have reported finding pieces of plastic, there's no reports of choking or any other health issues. So if you're concerned and you think you may have one of these products, you could check it on their page, www.pedigree.com/update. You can also call them. There's a number. Let me give you that number. It is 877-720-3335. I'm Stacey Cohen. Get more animal breaking news at animalradio.com.
This has been an Animal Radio News Update. Get more at animalradio.com.
This is Judy from Animal Radio. For months now, I've been telling you about the Stella and Chewy's dog food. Now I want to tell you about their cat food, made with 100% raw meat. And just like all Stella and Chewy's products, these dinners are made without grains, fillers, artificial preservatives, colorings, sugar, or salt. They come in 4 flavors: Chick Chicken, Super Beefalicious, Charming Chicken and Beef, and Yummy Lickin' Salmon and Chicken. Visit their website at StellaandChewy's.com. That's Chewy's, CHEWYS.com.
Today's Gold Bond rescue mission, working down a sweat. I'm on a construction site with Jack.
Hey, how you doing?
It's another hot day, and as always, he's in work boots.
After sweating in these for 12 hours, man, my feet itch.
That's why I'm giving Jack Gold Bond foot powder. The max strength cooling menthol controls odor, absorbs moisture, and relieves itching.
Wow, that's some serious cooling.
And how about those dogs? Dry and comfortable?
Extremely. Thanks, Jimmy.
Think Gold Bond.
This stuff works.
Stay tuned for a $1 million Dream Body announcement.
Do you want to lose weight? How about toning and sculpting your entire body in just 6 to 8 minutes a day? You've seen it on TV with Chuck Norris and Christy Brinkley. They love the Total Gym. Well, we're out to prove once and for all that the Total Gym melts off the pounds better than anything else on the market in just 6 to 8 minutes a day. So if you want to try it, give us a call because we're going to let up to 1 million people from across the nation try the Total Gym for just $1. If you call right now, 1-800-335-2589. That's right. The first callers right now from this station get to try the famous Total Gym for 30 days for just $1. The Total Gym will have you in the best shape of your life in just 6 to 8 minutes a day. Whether you want to firm and slenderize or build and sculpt your body, the Total Gym is the one machine that does it all. The first 50 callers from this station right now can try Total Gym for just $1 and shipping is free. Call now. 1-800-335-2589. That's 1-800-335-2589. 1-800-335-2589.
Animal Radio. Toll free, 1-866-405-8405. Write that number down. Just a couple of seconds, a great giveaway for you. I can't believe that dog. That's a dog that's screaming in the background.
Oh, the poor baby. They have him tied up. I think he's just visiting someone in the building just for the weekend.
What the hell is wrong with you people that tie up your animals like that?
And he has a cone on his head, and he's crying.
Oh, Christ almighty.
I know.
Let's go get him.
Yeah, we're going to go beat up some doggy owners.
Shoot him with pet convincer.
No, it's not his fault.
No, it isn't his
No,
fault.
I know. I'm talking about the owner.
Yeah.
You're going to shoot him.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a pet kid. That's
I got
right.
pet convincer. Brass knuckles right in my back pocket.
You don't want to mess with Joey, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. He loves natural stuff like as much as I do.
Well, you know what? And he lost a lot of weight, and both Joey and Judy have lost a lot of weight. Judy, you did a lot of exercising, especially with your dog, taking a lot of walks.
A lot of walking, and walking my neighbor's dog, too. So I've been out walking the dogs in the neighborhood.
And so when you saw this next guest's item...
I thought that was so awesome. Perfect timing.
In just a second, we're going to talk to Janine Lashuga. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. She invented a leash that on the leash, there's a pedometer that tells you how far you've walked and how many calories you burned.
Isn't that awesome?
Welcome to the show, Janine.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
This is a great idea. It's one of those things that I wish I had figured out. You explain to listeners what this is, because you can do it much better justice than I could.
Basically, what it is, it's a leash, and we've included a pedometer on it because it motivates you to walk longer.
Uh-huh.
And, I was sticking just with my neighborhoods with my dog, Ralphie, and when I started to monitor it, I wasn't, completely satisfied. I was like, wow, I'm only burning 37 calories for around my neighborhood, and I said, I know I could do better than that. Sure. I know I can. And then I just started venturing out everywhere and just walking everywhere with my dog. So now I roughly do about 2 to 4 miles each day with my dog.
Wow. Now, have you lost weight?
Yes, I have. I've lost about 64 pounds now.
54, wow.
Wow.
I just keep on going. I'm a work in progress because I've always been a big girl. I was always
How many pounds left, Janine?
80. I'm a big girl.
I'm just curious.
I'm a big girl. But you know what? I feel... I like the way I'm looking now because last year, before I had Ralphie, that's all I can say is...
Janine, don't feel shame. In Russia, we say the good girl needs to be big,
You know how cool this is, though? This item is so cool, because not only for me that's been losing weight and wants to, but your dog, too. I mean, you're exercising your dog. And he says it's the best way to keep your dog occupied by walking him. So, it benefits both of you big time. That's great.
Yeah,
I think it's more exercise for the people, too.
But you didn't just stop at the pedometer. You also have a little light on there. You've got a clip for the dog bag. It's all inclusive.
What is all of this? What? Yeah. There's a light?
What I've done is because what we feel, we want to be very conscious of the earth as well. And one of the things that we feel is, they say, you want to be the change that you want to see in the world. So basically, I wanted to change seeing poop all over the place. That's something that's not good for people, pets, or the planet.
Right.
What is it with people that won't pick up their poop? I mean, it's so easy to do.
Yes, it is, but you know what? Sometimes you have to provide a convenience to them to make it even easier just so they do it. And so what we do is just put a clip on there and also a light because picking up at night, you can't see it. It's dark. So putting a light on there makes it doable. And the clip is so you don't have to hold it because, I'm one of those people who I have a cell phone in my hand sometimes, but it makes it easy. Why not make it easier for people? They don't have to hold it, and now they can find it.
Yeah, I like the light on that so you can find the poop. I called Imes and I said, why don't you invent something that you put in your pet food that makes the poop fluorescent orange? But they didn't like it. They hung up on me. But the light is cool.
Thank you.
And Janine, I just would like to give you one creative advice, if I could.
Oh, no. Coming from the fall of Russia. Okay, go ahead.
No, I just was thinking, what is another need of the dog pet owners? When they pick that poop, they don't know where they put that baggy poop. That's my idea. If you get something a little bit pocket so they could put it somewhere, because it's kind of a shame for a lot of people.
That's what the clip is for. You
There's a
put
clip.
it on the clip for you.
Yes, you got to listen.
I didn't figure out that.
Yeah,
Okay,
she's got
I
to. And you know what? What's important to me is that it's all color coordinated. From the pedometer, matches the leash, matches the light.
I'm going to give Lottie one, if that's okay.
It's
Can
too
I give
girlish for me. I'm not going to.
No, here, we got one in a color that you'll like.
Oh,
that
this
looks
stripe,
like Miko.
Lottie, with blue.
Yeah, we'll get
It
you
is
a
blue and
one.
green striped. Very pretty.
Miko will love
I
it.
would take a pink. I would walk a pink one. I don't care. I'd walk with a pink one. Who cares?
You type of the guy who's matching underwear with the shoes, sure. And I'm not sure about that one, your choice, really.
Where can we get these?
You can get them at sweetpup.com.
And I understand that the portion of the proceeds benefits some charities?
Yes, absolutely. We are doing the Seal Beach Animal Care Center, also Homeless with Pets.
Oh, great.
And, that's something that's really important for us. And also, it's Justin Red's Community Action Team.
Oh, great. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, what was the website again? I missed that.
It's sweetpup.com.
Sweetpup. Sweetpup.com.
Not pup, not poop.
No, it's not sweetpoop.com.
Okay. We'll put this up at the website at animalradio.com. Let's go ahead and give one away right now. What's the name of it? The fitness leash is what you call it. The fitness leash.
Yes.
I'm going to hold one up to the microphone right now so you can see what it looks like. And if you'd like this, 1-866-405-8405. And if you're not lucky enough to get through, head on over to sweetpup.com. Janine, thank you so much for joining us. And keep that...
Yes, thank you for sharing your story. And keep going, girl.
Keep going. Shedding that weight more and more and more.
Yeah, when I'm supermodel weight, then I'll send you my picture. And
yeah, remember us little people.
Yeah, remember us then.
I will always remember. Thank you very much for this call.
There you go. 1-866-405-8405. Let's see. Tammy wants to talk to animal communicator Joy Turner. Hi, Tammy.
Hi.
Hi, Tammy. This is Joy. What can I do for you today?
About my dog, Stewie. We had adopted him, and I'm just wondering if he is happy. He had gotten out a week or so ago when the wind blew the fence over, and he kind of got hurt. So I'm just wondering how he's doing.
Okay, and originally he thinks he's actually doing quite well, and he thinks that he is now just starting to come into his own, having his mental and emotional ability to want to have his own personality. So he thinks he's actually becoming quite the card, and he says, is that okay with you? Is it all right with you if he's like this? He wants to be that happy, kind of make you laugh, do things you don't expect type of dog.
Oh, he does. He cracks me up. He is the best dog in the world. I love Stewie to death.
Good, and he said the original reason why he went out when the gate was open, because he thought we were playing hide and seek. But he said that apparently didn't work out so very well.
No, it didn't.
And he says so he thinks that he's not going to either play that game or he's not going to play it out there, meaning out of the yard again.
Yeah, he needs to stay in the yard because we have coyotes and all sorts of goats. I think the goats got him is what happened.
They were supposed to run away from him. He was really amazed, he says, that they didn't.
But is he happy now being in his forever home?
He says he could not be more pleased, except for those goat things, he calls them.
Hey, welcome back to the show. Eileen Smolson. She is the founder and president of Operation Blankets of Love. It's been a few years, 2 years, I believe, since she's been on the show. Welcome back, Eileen.
Well, thank you for inviting me back. We're so excited to share all the wonderful things we've been doing to help save the lives of homeless animals.
Well, now let me tell you, since you've last been on, we have a bunch of new listeners. So tell us, what is Operation Blankets of Love?
Well, we're a nonprofit, and we're like the Red Cross to the animal rescue world because we bring comfort to homeless animals to increase their chances of being adopted, which saves lives. We have now 50 drop-off locations where people can bring their old and new blankets and towels and now anything pet-related.
Wow.
From carriers and dog igloos and harnesses, grooming supplies, medical supplies. And what we do, we pick them up. We have volunteers, and my husband and I also pick up. And we bring them to shelters across California. and to hundreds of animal rescue groups that have no funds to purchase these items.
Well, they say that animals that are stressed are harder to adopt, and you make their world comfortable so that they can be adopted.
Studies prove that when they're on a hard cement floor, which that's what happens in the shelters, you don't know where they came from. Sometimes the family drops them off after many years, and they don't want them anymore because they're old, or they're found as strays and they were maybe abandoned or a cruelty case, and you put them in a shelter on a hard floor, and they hover, and they're shaking. But as soon as you put something soft underneath them, like your own pet, right? What do? The first thing they do, they snuggle in it, and they feel safe and relaxed. They become happier and more adoptable to people that are going up and down looking for an animal to adopt, and those are the ones that get saved. It is unbelievable. It could be between life and death, a simple blanket or soft bedding.
Now, you're helping shelters in California, but I saw you on Animal Planet just recently. That must have spurred some kind of national interest.
Yes, well, what happened was we were on the, can I mention the name?
Pit Boss.
Yes, it was the Pit Boss.
Great show. We had what's his name on from that?
Oh, Shorty. Yes. So what we did, I pitched it to them, and they loved it. Two things quickly. They did a blanket drive, and then we gave out the blankets we helped the homeless that have nowhere else to go except this one spot, the homeless that have pets. And there's a place in Hollywood, they actually allow them to bring their dogs or cats, but they have no money for any items. So we go there and we donate whatever they need, from food, pet beds, leashes, you name it. And they are so happy to receive this because they have no money for themselves, and they don't want to leave their dog at a shelter. So this one place called PATH, People Assisting the Homeless, allow them to bring their animals. It is a phenomenal place, and there should be more of those.
You've given over $1 million of supplies, about $1 million of supplies out so far. Of course, that takes a lot of help from a lot of people. If I wanted to donate that old blanket that's right now just sitting in my garage doing nothing but gathering spiders, how can I do that?
That's funny. What you do, you go onto my website, and it's www.operationblanketsoflove.org, or call us at 818-402-6586. And I want to thank everyone that's donated to us and will be donating to us, and make sure you think of the animals that have no voice, because we're their voice, Hal.
This healthy helping of Animal Radio is brought to you by Stella and Chewy's. Stella and Chewy's. It is, of course, if you're new to Animal Radio, you've never heard me talking about this, but if you've been around for a while, you know that we just live by it. Ladybug, the studio stunt dog, loves it. Mika loves it. It's natural goodness for dogs, made with raw, USDA-inspected meat. It's raised naturally. There's no added hormones, no antibiotics. And they even have a cat food, too.
They do. It's about time. The cats were always eating the dog food. Now they have their own.
And that's a good thing. Our cats love it, too. Good food. The official food of Ladybug, the studio stunt dog. Visit StellaandChewy's.com to learn more. Let's see. We're going to line 3 or 4, Judy.
Let's go to line 4.
Line 4, and we have Andrew.
Hello. How you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. I got a question for Lottie. That's his name, right? Yeah, I just got this puppy. He's about 10, 12 weeks old. Is there any way I can control his yelping, his whining?
What breed?
I think he's Jack Russell and Chihuahua mixed.
Okay. He's screaming in the crate?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, yeah. The best way for you. Go ahead.
You go ahead.
No, I'm just telling you the best. The best way for you to deal with this problem, to make sure he is tired before you put him in the crate. If you would exercise him physically by maybe tossing some objects. Toss one. I don't care if he brings it or not. I toss another one. I gotta keep him running back and forth without stop, at least 2-3 times per day. And after that would be maybe a little bit. How old is he?
He's about 12 weeks.
4 months. Yeah. So I would also a little bit train him by putting a leash and collar. Kind of, simple things. Let's go, sit, stay, come. Whatever you do, walking him through the house on the leash will make him feel like he is working. You can use treats by telling him sit and stay and focusing on stay, maybe having leash to reinforce that stay. 1 minute sit, stay takes as much energy like 1 mile to run. You can look at the toy by name Chase It Pet Toys. It's called Chase It Pet Toys. You can play with your dog like with a cat. It's such a great toy, and you can exercise your dog so nicely. And after that, I would do it periodically 2-3 times per day. From that time, he will be going to the crate and be much more compliant. However, if you still feel, he is a little bit too nosy in the crate, this is the time for correction. The easiest one to use the Pet Convincer device. You spray the air, he's startled, he stops. From that time, you can give him treats and say, good boy, good girl. There is another way of doing this, a little bit more sophisticated, but it also works. You use a penny can, like a soda can. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like in Michigan, in Midwest, we say it's a pop can. It must be from aluminum. And you put inside 5-6 pennies, and you close that hole. No, you don't know how we're going to use it. I'm not going to shake. If I would be shaking that can, I would never be celebrity. So you put the pennies, you close that hole, and after do the trick, use the rope, piece of the clothesline or rope, to attach to this can. Put the can next to the crate, end of that rope, put it through the metal or plastic bar of that crate, and after that have another end in your hands, maybe 15-20 feet away. I hope you understand what I'm talking about.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay, it's okay.
I'll follow you.
So, good for you. Okay, hope you understand my accent.
Yeah, I do. I understand you perfectly. Come on. Come on. After the can's through there 20 feet away. Go ahead.
Love you, guy. Okay. And at any given time, your dog shows some type of the noises, you can scream, you can grab the end of this rope and pull it sharply toward you. What is going to happen, the can is going to smash into the crate, which will create startling sound, when the dog will really take it as, wow, I'm not supposed to act this way. Another way you can, instead of using can, you yourself can approach without raising your hand. Just smack the side of the crate as to scream, and smack it. And when the key is when the dog is not quite, when he's quiet in the crate, always praise him. Good boy, good girl. Sometimes you pass the crate by and he's quiet, good girl, good boy. Give him some nice toys.
Okay.
So
and that's Vlade, I got to jump in here because, I know you're all into like the negative correction here, but Dr. Debbie has a little softer approach. And for me, I was going to say that I wanted to give your doggy an interactive puzzle toy. I want to give your little doggy something to do, something to play with. And there's some really great toys that have food dispensing gizmos where you just kind of put the little food in there and they play with it. They work with it and it gives them something to do. It occupies the mind while they're in the kennel. And there's a lot of different companies that make these type of things. And for me, Vlade, I'm going to disagree with you. I feel that negative correction for dogs making screaming sounds is just a losing battle because you're giving them that attention that they want and you're actually going to make it happen more likely. So for me, I would actually advise earplugs and I actually I do not provide any attention to a dog when they're screaming in the kennel. And for my own doggies included, it's a little tough love, and you really just have to walk away and not give them that attention when they're behaving that way. But, I know we have different approaches, Vlad.
Yes, well, if you would like to listen doctor's approach, you also can buy ears plug it, and make pretend you cannot hear anything, and just hope that's going to problem disappear, on its own. And I have to tell you, that's not going to happen. The best approach is very balanced. Yes, I agree with the doctor. I just was about to tell you to provide some toys, to put interactive toys, bully sticks, something to chew, exercise your dog prior to putting in the crate, but ultimately it's not up to the dog to decide when quiet when he's not, and that reason for corrections.
Okay, I understand. Thank you very much. I appreciate everything everybody said. I really do. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your call, Andrew. 1-866-405-8405 to bicker with the Dream Team right now at Animal Radio.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more at animalradio.com. Log on. Learn more.
One 866-405-8405. It is Animal Radio, celebrating our connections with our pets. Toll free, Dr. Debbie at 1-866-405-8405. Vlade, the world famous Russian dog wizard, dog father Joey Villani, or animal communicator Joey Turner. During the top of the hour break, Vlade and Joey were arguing about what dog makes the best dog. I know, Vlade, that you've been jumping up and down like an impatient kid in the class that wants to go to the bathroom. What is the dog that you would pick?
And the only way I jump back and forth because I was very, very surprised. Joe, if you would be a woman, I would marry you. You know that. I told you many times because I love you. And
yes, thank you.
Yes, and I could not believe that the celebrity groomer, without any saying anything, you have your own show on Animal Planet, and you're done so much appearances, and you dealing with those dogs and grooming all the time. I could not believe my ears that your choice of the best little dogs for the general public were the one troublemaker after another. Let me tell you, you're dealing with them all the time, and you know better probably than even me that the best little dogs would be Maltese and Havanese. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Well, I was going to say Maltese. I was almost going to say King Charles Cavalier.
Yeah, I agree. Now we talk money. That's now we talk about the thing.
But hold on. But that wasn't the question. The question was, the best little dogs to pick up women. And I don't know if Maltese is a very, very feminine dog for a guy to be walking. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't think that, no matter how manly you are, a guy walking a Maltese, I don't think it's a good attraction to women. Now, I think Jack Russell is, because the Jack Russell has that personality. He's like, look at me. He wants the attention. Yeah. He brings them over to you. And then it's up to you to go there and rap, hey, how you doing, babe? And there you go.
He has too much personality, I would say. What about Pug?
Absolutely, just because the face alone, Pug, Boston Terrier. That mug alone is going to. But as far as good dogs, you can't get a sweeter dog than a King Charles.
Yeah, I agree with you
too. That's really a sweet dog.
And they're very expensive. And I know why you bring this subject, because I guess they're charging much more who comes with you with Kings, with that breed. Because having that breed, it means having Mercedes. It's a really mark. It's like Portuguese water dog. It's another Mercedes. It takes a lot of money to groom, to take care of.
It absolutely does. It absolutely does. So, yeah, you could bring all your Portuguese water dogs and King Charles Cavaliers to me. I'd love to charge you.
I know we started from one thing and after we jumped to another hill, and I know you guys always bring in that humorous way who we're gonna pick and choose and things like this, but I'm paranoid when it comes to the personality, because I guys passing those step doors of the people for 30 years.
Why do you say that every week? You keep passing those doors. Why do you pass the doors? These people need help. You need to stop at those doorsteps.
I first pass in order to stop and help. But the point is, I come and I see disasters, and I know how the people got into this disaster, and I see some similarities. Certain breeds shows this unwanted behavior more than others. So that's what my point is, and that's what my pain is, and that's what my pet peeves is.
That would be a good show. Hal, you need to do this. You need to get Vladi on television. What we're going to do is we're just going to go to people's houses and ring their bell, and we'll
just run. Just run.
Yes.
Ring and run.
Ring and that would be a good show too. Actually,
you got to put the poop on the porch and light it on
Dog
fire.
Poop, yes.
Yeah.
In America, if you knock or push the doorbell in any neighbor, in any dog, in any household, whole neighborhood dogs are barking. It's just hilarious to watch it. So yeah, I have earplugs, nowadays. I'm sick and tired from that.
We mean business right now. 1-866-405-8405 if you need Vlade, Dr. Debbie, Joey, or Joy to help you out.
Hi, this is Justin Silver from CBS's Dogs in the City here on Animal Radio, just reminding you to always stay new to your pets.
Celebrating our connection with our pets. This is Animal Radio. Here are your hosts, Hal Abrams and Judy Francis.
And your dream team, animal communicator Joy Turner, dog father Joey Villani, Vlade the world famous Russian dog wizard, and Dr. Debbie. And by the way, that's in no particular order. I want to make sure that I appreciate all of them. They are all much smarter than I am.
We couldn't do it without them.
No, we're just the glue here. Of course, Judy Francis screening your calls right now. You can also email us your questions if you don't want to go on air at yourvoice@animalradio.com or facebook.com/animalradio. And Joy Behar in just a few minutes. Stacy working on news. Where is she? Well, go get her. I want her to do a tease. She left the newsroom. Didn't she know I was coming to her right now? I know that Joey is coming up in just a few minutes. He's going to tell you how to deal with cats, washing cats. Is that it?
What's smelly
cats? Smelly cats. That's all in the way. And
I gotta say, I helped my mother bathe her cat when I was visiting, and when I wasn't around, and she did this on her own, she's like, "Oh my God, you made it look so easy." It was, yeah. So when you say washing a cat, I think a lot of people go, "Yeah, right."
Yeah. Stacy's back in the studio now. Stacy, what are you working on?
A Missouri woman's facing criminal charges because her chihuahuas gave her neighbor's chicken a heart attack. Yep, they barked, boom, chicken dead. Neighbors P.O. Not happy. It's not funny. I'll tell you about it coming up on Animal Radio.
It is funny. It is funny. If I would tell that story in Russia, they would think that's kind of from the, century 25 or something. They would not even understand what I'm talking about.
Let's go ahead and hit the phone. 1-866-405-8405. Okay, this portion of Animal Radio is brought to you by Lubricin. Don't let your pets suffer with joint discomfort. Please end their discomfort with Lubricin. It tastes great, and animals love it. Visit them at www.lubricin.com. That's LUBRISYN.com. And Tina is on the phone for Dr. Debbie. Hi, Tina.
Hi.
How are you doing? Where are you calling from?
Laguna Beach.
Oh, beautiful L.A. Okay. Dr. Debbie's right here. What can we do for you?
Well, my question is, I have a 16-year-old Cocker Spaniel, and I've had him since he was a puppy, so I know his moods, his behaviors. And recently he started panting a lot, and just like breathing really heavy, fast. And he also he follows my husband and I around from every room to room.
Okay. And when is this a breathing pattern that's going on all the time, or is it just at certain times of the day?
It seems like I notice it more in the evening.
And does he ever cough or have any other type of symptoms?
No coughing. Okay. I did have him checked out with the vet, and they did discover that he has a low thyroid, so he is on medication twice a day.
Okay. And has he been reevaluated since he's been started on that?
He was. He had his blood redrawn 2 weeks ago.
Because that's an important thing. For pets that are on thyroid supplement, we want to make sure that level is in the right zone. If it's too high, we can actually see some anxiety behaviors, panting, drinking a lot. So that's just where I want to make sure that that is a nice, healthy zone. And it's not, if it's even at the higher end of normal and you're seeing these behaviors, and then I think that might even warrant adjusting that dosage. But, there's a lot of things in an older pet that will cause panting. And if it's timed at nighttime, sometimes there's some behavioral things that we can look at, and dogs can have types of senility problems, what we call cognitive dysfunction. And that may be something as simple as, kind of being in a confused state, having behavioral changes, panting excessively. Some dogs get up in the middle of the night and kind of wander.
That's what he's doing. And I even noticed that he walked right to the living room wall, and he stood there, and he was looking at the wall. And I had to go over to him and move him away and kind of pat him, and because he can't hear anymore either. But he is, he's not in any pain, but I'm just wondering if that's something like the breathing, if I should be concerned about that.
Well, the breathing itself, I would want to accompany this with a good physical. So I'd listen to his heart, lungs, make sure everything there is good. If we're not picking up anything physical that would relate to the heart or the lungs, then I might really be looking at cognitive dysfunction or this doggy senility, because we do see a lot of what you're seeing. Dogs will be kind of pacing. They tend to get their sleep and wake cycles screwed up. So they may be up in the middle of the night like, hey, man, I'm going to party. And during the day, they'll sleep like, a log. So if you're having a couple of these type of symptoms, I would speak to your veterinarian, because there is medication we can use to help this. And it basically helps to increase the dopamine levels in the brain. And that is something that it takes a month or two to see some improvement with a pet that's on it. But I wouldn't hesitate if they feel that everything else is good, to look into some medication. Now, also, there even are some diets that have some enhanced antioxidants, enhanced with fatty acids, and they actually have been shown to help with brain function in pets that have cognitive dysfunction like this. And Hills has a diet for that. So that may be even something else that you can add in, and that food is called BD, or brain diet. So those might be some solutions for you if it does seem that we have this cognitive dysfunction.
Also,
I will definitely look into speaking to his vet again about the dopamine.
And the medication actually is called selegiline. It's a horrible word to say, selegiline. But if you say cognitive dysfunction or you say CDS, your veterinarian will know what kind of concerns you have.
Thank you for your call. 1-866-405-8405 to connect with our dream team. Animal communicator Joey Turner, dog father Joey Villani, Vladi the world-famous Russian dog wizard, and the very illustrious Dr. Debbie. Looking good today. And
thank you. What a wonderful way to welcome the day.
Let's see. You know what? I want to do the word of the week, and this is brand new here. I have nothing to do with this. I got to tell you, it's our social networking director. She came up with this great idea, so we're going to see if it works. And if it doesn't, she's out the door. I'll tell you, just like that. And she's doing a fabulous job over on Facebook. And if you haven't had a chance to like us or check out what she's done, do it, for God's sakes. Here's the word that you're going to need right now to go over to Facebook and win yourself a package which includes the Bret Michaels accessories, the toys, the squeaky toys, the tour bus, some clothing, as well as some Vetericyn and World's Best cat litter. ROCK, R-O-C-K, ROCK. That's the secret word of the week for Animal Radio. Head on over to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Animal Radio and win yourself a big old prize package. Coming up in just a few minutes, Joy Behar from The View. She's still on The View?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let's make sure.
I love her.
She's, she says what's on her mind. That's for sure.
Yeah, that sounds
just like you. You two would be great. By the way, I meant to ask you, Vlade, do you have stock in the Pet Convincer company? We noticed that you say Pet Convincer a lot. I just want to make it transparent for listeners that you might possibly have stock in that company.
Of course I do. But as we all know, and I'm very serious about this, that's probably, I'm a brutal honest person, that's probably I'm still, poor, but famous than poor, because I never say anything what I don't believe. And I co-invented this product to fulfill such needs, to give the people those solutions for the most behavior problem in dogs, quick and easy. Even cavemen can do it. Just, whatever dog does bad, just push the button, air comes on the run, along with the silent sound effect, and it startled the dog into the attention. It really works so easy for everyone. That's why I love it, and that's why I recommend it. That's easy to do.
Okay, just want to clear that up there. 1-866-405-8405 to talk to the Dream Team.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more at animalradio.com. Log on. Learn more.
What dog food is specifically designed to reduce the risk of cancer, settle digestive upsets, reduce scratching and shedding? Canine Caviar. What dog food reduces red tear stains and hot spots? Canine Caviar. What dog food has probiotics that reduce the chance of soft stools and have a higher calorie count for better nutrient absorption? Canine Caviar. So what are you feeding your dog? If you didn't answer Canine Caviar, visit caninecaviar.com today and get your pet started on a longer, healthier life.
Hey, honey.
Hi, Dad.
What you drawing?
It's our house. That's you.
Oh.
Me.
Huh?
Mom and Josh.
Wow.
Playing ball.
You are becoming quite the artist.
When you're a kid, you don't know that home ownership builds communities. That owning a home contributes to higher self-esteem and better test scores. You just know that home is where you play, grow, and learn. The National Association of Realtors wants you to know that home ownership matters to our families, our neighborhoods, and our country. Learn more at houselogic.com/home ownership.
This is a referral service. Calls will be routed to an independent referral insurance agency. Do you know the number one cause of bankruptcy? No, it's not losing your job or running up credit card debt. It's not even divorce. It's medical costs. If you and your family don't have health insurance, just one serious illness or accident could be financially devastating. But now there's good news, really good news. A health insurance hotline has been established to provide health insurance for all Americans, even uninsured Americans with pre-existing conditions. Now anyone can get health insurance even if you have a pre-existing medical condition. I repeat, now anyone can get health insurance coverage. Call now for a free no-obligation quote on affordable health plans available to you. Again, this is a free hotline for anyone, even if you have pre-existing conditions. Protect you and your family from sudden unexpected medical costs. Call the free health insurance hotline right now at 1-800-838-5562. That's 1-800-838-5562. Call 1-800-838-5562.
We have more fun between the breaks than we do on air.
If people could only see us and listen to us, they'd be shocked.
Yeah, don't bring up that idea. They'll install a webcam in here before you know it. 1-866-405-8405. That is the number to connect toll free to the Dream Team. Stacey Cohn working hard in the newsroom, or so we say. What do you... What, don't... Oh, she gets a little testy, doesn't it? What are you working on?
So somebody just randomly asked you on the street, what do you think the best bird song of all time is?
Bird song?
I know, it's a random question. And who even thinks of the best bird song of all time? But there is a group that has come up with the best bird song, a whole list, in fact, of the 16 top bird songs of all time. I'll tell you what that number one song is. Coming up on Animal Radio News.
I'll tell you, when she covers a story, she really covers a story.
Yeah, do you know what I'm eating right now? Look.
Coconut. You're eating a coconut. He's holding a coconut with vodka in it, I'm sure.
First of all, it's a green tea.
Okay.
Don't really put the negative light on me. Okay. Second of all, it's a coconut stuffing. It's really good, guys, you know. Give me energy. You want to try one?
Yeah.
Hell.
Yeah, I do.
Can I get my own spoon, though? I don't want to use your spoon, if that's okay.
I'll use your spoon.
Hold on. I'm going to green tea. Look, guys, we always give tips, and some of them related or not related to the pets, but a lot of them, to some degree, do. And coconut oil is one of the best remedies which we used in Europe for improving skin for our coats for our dogs, allergy remedy, and recently. Judy, you have to help me on that. What is the very terrible human disease? It is like starting from the letter A. It's not Parkinson. It's asthma. when people losing the memory.
Asthma.
Tell me, please.
Asthma.
Oh, no.
Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unbelievable. I've seen that research and report recently on internet. One lady, she was pediatrician. Of course, she was using drugs and all the things, but when her husband got sick with this disease, she did intensive research, and guess what? She discovered the cure in coconut oil. What's happening with this terrible disease? The brain cells, it's almost like diabetes. They cannot get glucose into the cells in the brain, and the cells die. So the coconut opening that pathway for the cells to get in, and the person almost recovered totally. So now I always eating coconut oil every time. And you know what? I feel better, and I have a better memory.
You know what? You look better. Your coat looks better too.
But yes, you know what's funny about that? When I was doing Pet Fashion Week in Manhattan a year ago, there was a stand, and that was their whole thing is they were actually selling, and they were giving out samples of coconut oil that you put in your dog's food because it creates a better coat. And it's actually something that I have used, the unrefined coconut oil, for your dog. And what we do is after your dog has been bathed, you take a little bit, you rub it in your hands, you rub it in the coat, and you dry your dog, and it makes the coat pretty unbelievable feeling on any dog. It doesn't matter; it absorbs in really good, and it works really good when you brush that in. It also leaves a nice scent.
I believe it. Back in Soviet Union, when we had nothing on the shelves, we used coconut oil like a conditioner for the hair and for skin cream. You know, it's amazing what you can do when you don't have anything on your shelves. You got to be very creative, like we always say. Russian wife can make soup from 3 ingredients: potato, water, and pot.
And that's not marijuana pot. That's just that's what you boil it.
That's my California accent, I guess.
For some reason, I'd rather go with the Progresso, I think. But I'll try.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, but spoils of the life in America haven't spoiled my wife yet. She still get up first in the morning, cooking for my family, for me, servicing food, and I love her for that. And she's a hard worker. She is a top-notch, top girl.
I'll send my wife over for a couple of days. We'll see what happens.
A little wife swapping.
Oh my gosh! So that's what a lot of my clients want to send their wives to me with their dogs for the boot camp. But
Okay, well, let's take some calls, and this portion of Animal Radio is brought to you by Kitty A Go-Go, bringing you 6 attractive litter box options in colorful designs from leopard prints to polka dots. It's especially suited for smaller homes.
What's the name?
Kitty A Go-Go. Kitty A Go-Go.
I like it.
If you have a smaller home or an apartment, these traditional litter boxes just don't look good in there. So if you get the Kitty A Go-Go litter box, they just won't be an eyesore. In fact, when I first saw this, I didn't even know it was a litter box.
No, it looks like a piece of furniture. It's very
beautiful. It will add stylish decor and an element for you and your cat. Available at kittyagogo.com. That's kittyagogo.com. And we have Amy on the phone. Hi, Amy. Welcome to the show.
Hi there. How are you?
Good. I understand you want to talk to Vlade. He's right here drinking his coconut oil.
I sure do.
I'm drinking the tea.
I think I'm going to take you up on that coconut oil suggestion. I have a 10-year-old Brussels Griffon. And if you know the breed, you know that they're pretty quirky. And he, for the most part, is amazing. And I have very few complaints, but he's extremely anxious in the car. And it makes it really difficult because I like to take him a lot of places. I mean, he is, so excitable, and he's, jumping all over everyone and barking, obviously when we get close to the beach or anywhere where he thinks he's going, he goes nuts. I don't know if there's an easy solution. I mean, he's 10, can you teach him new tricks?
Okay, and again, you can call to any radio stations, and all those people would like to be so politically correct, will convince you that you need to have a PhD in order to teach your dog to behave properly in your car. We're not talking about, I guess, motion sickness. We're talking about dog ADD and basically learning disabilities or learning disorder. We are so good about inventing diseases in this country. I'm just trying to, explain the listeners in politically correct way what you are dealing with. Basically, people, she driving somewhere, and that dog in her back seat, running back and forth, barking nonstop like a Russian AK-47 downtown Beirut, especially when they are approaching to some area of interest for the dog, a dog beach, dog park, and things like this. What really can we do in order to combat or stop this situation and turn it in a positive way? Well, we always need to first think what the behavior is acceptable. We need to have a right expectations and have a mental picture in our head, because we don't want to just correct the dog, which we don't want him to do. Amy, listen, please. And you also, please, grab the pencil or pen. You got to write it down.
in my hand right now.
Okay, not just what you don't want him to do. That's the people trying to do all the time. Vlad, give me that heck aspirin. I have a headache. What behavior you want him to do? And I will tell you, Amy, what behavior you want him to do. I want your dog to be a nice, polite, canine child, sitting in the back seat, not in the front seat. Okay? If you allow your dog to be a driver, he will be drive all your life. I want your dog sitting in the back seat, in the nice dog bed. How many pounds your dog?
He's about 12 pounds.
12 pounds, yeah. Nice dog bed, which has a frame, so like a border, so the dog know, what the territory is. So that's what I'm mental picture. I am picturized. I want him to be. How to get it? In 2 steps. Step number 1, make him be tired. Before driving, I will put some obedience training. I will put the collar and leash and make him walk properly. Not when he walks you, when you walk your dog. Walking properly, he wants to go ahead of you. Turn around and snap the leash like shown in a video, which you can see from YouTube if you Google Animal Radio of Lottie. Once you start to teach him to do certain things, focusing on control exercise like sit, stay, down, stay, things like that, which is to you, it's non-related to your problem, but this will have a direct effect to your dog's behavior because he's going to be very tired, number 1. Number 2, you will be in the authoritative position, so when you say something to your dog in the car, your words will have more meaning. Right now, you're probably just equals. You're just living together. You're just roommates. So he's not going to listen to you back there. And you're going to give him job to do. He's going to get very tired. Tired dog is the good dog, as we all know. That's what I will do before I'm driving. Now, as I'm driving, it's going to be just step number 2. No any intermediate steps. Basically, that step number 2 I call lick and bite method. Are you, Hal, still writing down the things? Please do. Okay. Make sure I have 1 minute left, because I need to finish that point. Method of lick and bite means every time if your dog does something bad, which is not your mental picture, not that's supposed to be, you have to bite him. Every time when he does something good, you have to lick him. Now let me translate it from Doglish into the English by using my Rushlish. If he is bad, you have to correct him. How can correct him from the distance? Well, the best advice for that is air spray device by name Pet Convincer. You aim, you release the air as you scream, he gets startled. That's time, that's imitating bite. From that time you say, good boy, and have a piece of American cheese or Russian kielbasa or any treats he wants, because mama bite, mama lick, mama doggy, mama doesn't go to the jail. Their culture, you do not have puppy protection agency. Mama says one time, doggy mother. So, he stops. Good boy, here's your cheese, and keep driving. And thank you for calling to Animal Radio.
1-866-405-8405.
Hey, this is Josh DeMille on Animal Radio. Please adopt a pet.
Hey, it's freezing back here. Ooh.
Yeah, close the window.
Yeah, no.
Why?
Ooh. Sorry. Oh, girl, what you need is Digestive Advantage Gas Defense.
It's a supplement.
Digestive Advantage from Schiff. Its dual-action formula acts quickly to stop gas before it starts when taken with a meal.
I take it every day.
It's good for you.
And with continued use, the healthy probiotic gives you long-term digestive support.
Road trip, and we won't need a convertible.
Works now and later. That's the Digestive Advantage.
Hey, honey.
Hi, Dad.
What you drawing?
It's our house. That's you.
Oh.
Me.
Huh?
Mom and Josh.
Wow.
Playing ball.
You are becoming quite the artist.
When you're a kid, you don't know that home ownership builds communities, that owning a home contributes to higher self-esteem and better test scores. You just know that home is where you play, grow, and learn. The National Association of Realtors wants you to know that home ownership matters to our families, our neighborhoods, and our country. Learn more at houselogic.com/homeownership.
This is a referral service. Calls will be routed to an independent referral insurance agency.
Do you know the number one cause of bankruptcy? No, it's not losing your job or running up credit card debt. It's not even divorce. It's medical costs. If you and your family don't have health insurance, just one serious illness or accident could be financially devastating. But now there's good news, really good news. A health insurance hotline has been established to provide health insurance for all Americans, even uninsured Americans with pre-existing conditions. Now anyone can get health insurance even if you have a pre-existing medical condition. I repeat, now anyone can get health insurance coverage. Call now for a free no-obligation quote on affordable health plans available to you. Again, this is a free hotline for anyone, even if you have pre-existing conditions. Protect you and your family from sudden unexpected medical costs. Call the free health insurance hotline right now at 1-800-838-5562. That's 1-800-838-5562. Call 1-800-838-5562.
This is an Animal Radio News Update.
I'm Stacy Cohen for Animal Radio. Well, there's nothing like feuding with your neighbors. Trust me, I know about that. A Missouri woman's pet chihuahuas are accused of literally scaring her neighbor's pet chicken to death, and she's facing some criminal charges as a result of it. According to the Kansas City Star, Joy McDonald has been slapped with a misdemeanor charge of failing to control her pets, Peaches and Domino, after the dogs got loose and into her neighbor's yard. McDonald tells the paper that she had to restrain her laughter when she first received a phone call from her screaming and cursing neighbor who told her his chicken was dead because Peaches and Domino barked at it. Well, McDonald believes the bird may have suffered a heart attack, but there's no official cause of death. Her laughter quickly died down, though, when the neighbors sent over the police to her house. The Missouri woman says she tried to offer $30 as compensation for the loss, but the neighbor turned it down. Well, $30. How do we know that chicken's worth $30? I mean, it'd be like telling them that her chihuahua's worth $30. Me, personally, chihuahua's $5 a piece. They're little yappy dogs. I know you got a chihuahua and you defend it to its death, but I'm a big dog person, although I do have a Jack Russell. Anyway, they think they're big. McDonald is due back in court this month to defend herself. She denies that her dogs are killers, but has since built an outside pen to keep them from getting loose. While no longer a threat to residents in the southern Philippines, a giant crocodile is taking another title of notoriety. A rep for Guinness World Records says the saltwater croc dubbed Lolong is officially the largest crocodile in captivity. It is more than 20 feet long, weighs more than a ton. Lolong takes the title from an Australian crocodile that measured more than 17 feet and weighed almost a ton. According to Sky News, the croc is now housed at an ecotourism park and research center near the town of Bunawan, where it's become the main attraction for tourists in the area. Well, Steve Miller Band, you know their song, Fly Like an Eagle? I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. That song is now soaring to new heights. The song has been named the best bird song of all time in a Birds and Blooms online readers poll. The 1976 hit earned the top spot in the survey with 17% of the vote and edges out the number 2 song Rockin' Robin by just 2%. Leonard Skinner's classic Freebird follows in at number 3 with the novelty hit Mockingbird taking the number 4 spot. Readers put the Beatles' Blackbird, which the publication's editors ranked number 1, at number 5. And Prince's When Doves Cry and the R&B classic Shake a Tail Feather also make the top 10. Rick Dees' Disco Duck rounds out the list of 16. So if you want to know what those top bird songs are, we've got them on our website. You can check them out. I'm Stacy Cohen. Get more animal breaking news at animalradio.com.
This has been an Animal Radio News Update. Get more at animalradio.com.
Cat owners, listen up. We love our cats. They're so adorable, but we certainly can't say the same for their litter boxes. Wouldn't it be great if you had an attractive litter box with a stylish hood and designs like black patent, leopard print, polka dot? Well, now you can. Kitty A Go-Go is perfect for smaller homes or apartments where the litter box is usually an eyesore. Not only does Kitty A Go-Go look great, it adds a stylish decor element with personality. Your choice of 6 decorative hoods and colorful patterns will look great in any room. Seeing is believing. It's a Since you can't see them on the radio, check out all the designs at kittyagogo.com. And that's not all. Kitty A Go-Go has a patented sifter rake, so there's no digging for treasures. In one single scoop of the rake, your cat's business is ready to dump right into the trash, making the task of cleaning up after your kitty a breeze. Made of the highest quality, durable, and stain-resistant plastic, both you and your cat will love this new concept in litter boxes. Kitty A Go-Go. You have to see it to believe it. Learn more at kittyagogo.com.
Today's Gold Bond rescue mission, working down a sweat. I'm on a construction site with Jack.
Hey, how you doing?
It's another hot day, and, as always, he's in work boots.
After sweating in these for 12 hours, man, my feet itch.
That's why I'm giving Jack Gold Bond foot powder. The max strength cooling menthol controls odor, absorbs moisture, and relieves itching.
Wow, that's some serious cooling.
And how about those dogs? Dry and comfortable?
Extremely. Thanks, Jimmy.
Think Gold Bond.
This stuff works. Extremely dry, itchy skin needs intensive relief that lasts. So get Gold Bond Intensive Healing Cream. With 2 dedicated medicines, it targets the underlying causes of itch and irritation. Whether they be allergies, rashes, irritation, or just dry, chapped skin. And it has 7 moisturizers to provide relief that lasts and lasts. Gold Bond Intensive Healing Cream. Intensive healing for lasting itch relief. Use as directed.
It's America's most favorite and most listened to pet talk, Animal Radio, as we celebrate our connection with our pets. Over 102 stations across the country in XM satellite radio. Also available on your Animal Radio app for iPhone and Android. So check that out. You can listen to the show anytime you want. So if you just have a craving for Animal Radio at 2 in the morning, which I often do, I got to tell you that right now.
You can get your fix.
Get your fix. Right now we have the View's Joy Behar on. Hi, Joy. How are you doing?
Hi. How are you, Al?
Very good. Very good.
Okay. And Judy.
Hi, Joy.
Hi.
We were trying to figure out here while we were waiting for the call. Are you one of the original hosts on The View?
Yes, I was there from the beginning. And the original, I was on 3 days a week.
Uh-huh.
And Barbara would come on 2 days, so I would sit in when she was not there. But then the audience liked me, and they put me on 5 days a week, so that's what happened.
Good move.
Wow.
Good move for them.
Yeah, you know, my philosophy is just show up.
You know what? That's really pretty much 99% of it.
That's exactly right.
Do you have pets at home? I forget.
I have. My daughter and her husband live in my building. We're all in one big building because I grew up like that, like in a tenement in Brooklyn, and the whole family was in the building.
That works out for you.
So I just try to recreate those early years.
Uh-huh.
And so we have between us 3 animals, and we sort of have codependencies on them, or whatever you want to call it.
Visitation, like
yeah.
Okay.
What do you call that? When co-visited. What do you call that when people have the
custody?
Children? Custody.
Yes.
That's it. We have co-custody, and I have both of us. We share 2 dogs, two mutts, Gracie and Tallulah.
Oh, I love it.
They're very divine little doggies. They come from the same litter, and they're combinations of what's that dog that has the adorable little face? People say that they're Shih Tzus, but they're not Shih Tzus. That's what the person we got them from said they were part Shih Tzu. There's nothing Shih Tzu about these dogs. They're more like Papillons.
Oh.
Wow.
And then we have a cat who weighs as much as this dog that just won the contest, Benito Pussolini.
What do you do to spoil them? Do you spoil the cat more?
The cat, there was a cartoon in the New Yorker this week where a cat says, look, I will work for food, it said, and I'll just take 2 bites and then I'll walk away. And that's my cat, Benito. He hocks you in the morning, he jumps on you, he purrs on your face, and then he eats 2 bites and then leaves.
Wakes you up first.
Yes, he has to wake us right out of a dead sleep at about 5 in the morning.
Do you allow your pets in bed with you? Do you allow them to sleep?
Of course.
Yes.
Do I allow? Of course they sleep in bed with me. I don't allow it, they just do.
Okay.
I also have a cat that sleeps in bed. I mean, it's a very crowded bed.
Yes. If they're in a certain place, do you sleep around them?
They sort of sleep... They sort of sleep between your legs. You know, and then if you turn over, you know, you hit the one animal on the head and they move over.
Okay.
Sounds like our place.
And who wouldn't allow their pets in their beds? Everybody does that.
Well, you should hear our dog trainer here.
I know. They don't like that.
I think if people say they don't, they're lying. They just don't want to admit it.
They're hidden.
Listen,
Yes.
you could find somebody. You could find a marriage counselor that tells you don't let your husband in the bed. There's always an expert who will give you advice.
Yes.
Now, I've been told we don't have a lot of time with you, but I gotta ask you, this book, I guess it's been out for several years, Shih Tzu Kaka Poo Poo.
It's out about, I think it's about a year and a half. Or it's a very cute little book about my dog Max, who was a mixed breed. And the book is about, being snubbed by the purebreds and how he charms them into liking him, and then they all play together. It's kind of a nice little metaphor for life, really.
How beautiful. On that note, Joy, thanks so much for joining us.
It's fun to talk about animals with you. Take care of your puppies out there.
Hey there, animal lovers. Vinnie Penn, your party animal on Animal Radio. Digging that song again. Got to tell you, that's Def Leppard, an acoustic version of their song Animal. I don't know why it's so important for me to get that out there, but hey, I wanted to. On a recent installment, I told you guys about the beloved family dog, Cruiser. We had several pets in my house growing up. Cruiser probably is the one on the biggest pedestal. He was a mini schnauzer. Yes, all you guys out there with German shepherds and beautiful labs and Rottweilers are thinking, wow, Vinnie Penn had a mini schnauzer. But I'll tell you, he was awfully cool, even though what I'm about to tell you might make you question that even more. Nonetheless, told you about Cruiser recently. And ironically enough, right after that installment, moving a few boxes around in the house that we grew up in, that my sister had since bought from my parents. And she kept Cruiser's chew toys, which I think is a bit over the top. I don't know. Nasty, dust bunny riddled chew toys, all masticated with big holes in them. Maybe some dog lovers out there who've lost their dog, you keep such things. I believe there are certain things worth keeping, like the collar with the, especially if you have the name on it and whatnot. The chew toy is a little over the top. But then again, my sister puts the rat in pack rat, so maybe that's the reason. Nonetheless, what we also found in another box, or what I found, was what I used to call Cruiser's Liberace sweater. Yes. Now, bad enough, I'm not a big believer in sweaters on dogs in the first place, although I have seen some cool things. I recently saw a dog actually with a CBGB T-shirt on. I thought that was pretty cool. Certainly a way to strike up a conversation with the ladies. But one holiday season, my mom bought Cruiser a sweater that could only be described as a Liberace sweater. Liberace, for those of you who don't know, was a rather flamboyant, outrageously dressed pianist. This sweater just screamed. Well, it begs the question. This is the point of this week's party animal. This is what leads to the question. I think my mother thought Cruiser was gay. It's the only thing that I could come up with. My mother has since passed away, so I can't ask her. But when I found Cruiser's Liberace sweater, I thought, why did she buy this for? It's not remotely masculine. The design, Cruiser's boy. Did my mother think Cruiser was a gay dog? And does that exist? Is there such a thing as gay dogs and gay cats? I gotta say no. I watched Cruiser frolic with other dogs. He really didn't treat the boy. Well, there was that one friend of mine who had a dog named Thor, and Cruiser used to mount him. But don't they just mount, boy or girl? Look, it's not going to change my feelings about Cruiser if I were to now discover, hey, I had a gay mini schnauzer. It's not going to change. I'm not going to go home and tear up that picture of the two of us on the beach that I hold so dear. But has there ever been any scientific studies? Have we determined if animals are capable of this? Or All I know at the end of the day is gay or straight, cruiser, I love you, I miss you. But I gotta say, I would prefer if Mom just bought you my owner went to Florida and all I got was this stupid doggy t-shirt. Vinny Penn, Party Animal, Animal Radio.
Animal Radio is brought to you by Natural Balance Pet Food, the finest food you can buy for the health of your pet. No matter which line of Natural Balance Pet Food you choose, you know it will truly be the food for a lifetime. Visit www.naturalbalance.net to learn more.
Hello, I'm David Bellamy, the Bellamy Brothers, and we're on Animal Radio. Love your animals.
Oh, that could only mean one thing if you're new to Animal Radio, and that's possible. Where have you been? This theme means we all bow for the dog father, Joey Villani, brought to you by Protect Your Bubble. Get help with your large vet bills. Find pet insurance with great coverage for less than $1 a day. ProtectYourBubble.com. And Joey Villani looking nothing like a bubble.
I debubbled.
You debubbled.
I debubbled. Yeah, I'm 242 from 315.
Whoa.
So we're doing okay.
Yeah,
very
that's
good.
pretty good.
We're doing
Congratulations.
okay. So listen, I got a question from a Tori Smith here about her cat, and she says that every remedy that I've spoken about on Animal Radio hasn't worked for her because it has to do with sprays, and her cat is completely afraid of water, like most cats, and in sprays, the spray just startles the cat. So her kitty stinks. And listen, I said that. And all you guys,
nothing like a stinky kitty.
This is a family show here, people. Okay.
Smelly cat, smelly cat.
Well, her kitty stinks. So this is what she's going to do. The bottom line is most with cats, they for the most part do keep themselves clean. The problem is sometimes the litter box is what makes them smell a little bit. And even if you change the litter a lot, you know what? They go in, they stand in it, they're stepping in it, and depending on how strong the urine is really what's going to make the difference. I know some cats that even roll around in their litter box, so that it doesn't help things. So if you're having a problem with your cat, and this is actually a really easy fix because your cat's afraid of sprays, is afraid of waters. Well, what we're going to use is something, and this is an old Italian thing. See, the old Italians when they used to get indigestion, they used to have a quarter glass of water with a half a teaspoon of baking soda and mix it up and drink it, and it was an antacid. Well, that's what baking soda is going to do for your cat, and it's also really, really good because it's non-toxic completely. A lot of things that you put on your cats, even stuff that is made for them, sometimes will get your cat sick, okay, because they are a little bit more delicate than dogs, and you know what, their bodies sometimes can't adjust to certain chemicals. So baking soda is perfect, and you're going to sprinkle it on, you're going to brush it through, you're going to wipe it on their feet, you're going to brush it off, and you know what, you're going to let your cat go about it. Now what's going to happen is because urine has a lot of acid in it, this is going to break down the acids. That's why it's a great antacid. It's going to break it down, and it's going to take the smell with it. It's going to absorb the odor, and it's going to get rid of it. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to have a clean smelling kitty again, and everyone's going to be happy.
Smelly cat, wanna make you eat like that? I saw you in a shopping mall.
There you go, Joey Villani's tip. Using baking soda, which of course is really a cure-all for almost anything, as Vlade can attest to.
Yes, it is. Myself,
I
thought
you were sleeping there. Yeah, I know.
No, I'm just trying to tell you that I'm using baking soda for everything, even for washing eyes. My own eyes and my German Shepherd Mika's eyes. Wow. It's a great alternative to the soap and to any eye wash. Of course, I close my eyes, but it's kill all infections.
Smelly cat, it's not your fault. You know what was in your food, let's say it might affect your mood. You smell like something dead. You smell like something dead. You smell like something dead. 1, 2, what's that smell?
Yeah, that's not the song.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more at animalradio.com. Log on. Learn more.
Hi, this is Doug Ray of the Marshall Tucker Band, and forever you'll always be listening to Animal Radio. Keep loving those pets.
Welcome to the show, John.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. I have Dr. Debbie right here. What's going on with your animal?
Oh, I have a female border collie, and I also have one of her sons because they're cow dogs, and we work cows with them. Anyway, we were gone for a few days and didn't realize that she had come in heat, and sure enough, the day we got home, we noticed that her son had bred her that day.
Oh, okay.
So we're wondering what we could do about that, if there's a morning after pill or something for a dog or...
Yeah, well, the best thing that I could suggest is to have this baby spayed. Okay. That's the honest truth here. She's at an age already at 6 where, if she's not spayed, we do have to be watchful for some other health problems that are coming on. Pyometra, which is a uterine infection, plus all the different cancers in the reproductive tract. So I don't see a reason that I would endorse allowing a pregnancy to go forward at this point. But in response to your question, is there a mismating pill you can give? There's really not a pill that we give to dogs to terminate pregnancy. It's kind of, for me, I have to say, it's something I don't do a lot of reproductive work because I don't particularly enjoy it. I think we have enough doggies on this earth that we don't need to really be reproducing them for them. But there are some different mismating techniques that can be done. Generally, in the U.S., they're limited to treatment 30 days after they've already become pregnant. So you've already got a pretty almost full-term pregnancy there. So for me, I find that a little distasteful to have to terminate pregnancies at that point. So those are different types of injection techniques that are done. In other countries, they do have some injections that can be done early into the pregnancy, just, almost immediately after breeding, but it's really not very widespread in the U.S. You could always check around and see if if you have any kind of reproductive specialists that have this available.
Right. Well,
but it's really not advised, I'd say, to let this baby go forward. Now, what would the puppies be like, and what kind of concerns do you have when we breed two closely related dogs, whether they're brother and sister, father and daughter? You run the risk of concentrating genes. So normally this is done with any breeding operation. They'll take a good dog and a good dog, and they hope to have more good genes. So if we've got any kind of recessive genes, any bad genes in there, you're going to have a more likely expression of those genes. And in collies, there's certainly every breed's got them, but there's certainly some that we'd be worried about that could concentrate. Collie eye anomaly is one of them. There's a neutrophil problem. There's some neurologic problems, some recessive type diseases that can occur. So there is some potential, but I say in the vast number of closely related dogs that breed, we don't always see a bunch of abnormal puppies. But you do definitely run that risk of having some of those certain diseases expressed more likely. So I don't know if the parents have any kind of health problems or anything that in any related...
No, health problems. And, we use this dog. She's out of a national champion stock dog, and we usually breed her to, along those bloodlines, not the same bloodlines, but to champion stock dogs, and then we train the pups and sell them to ranchers. So it's not like just a normal dog,
Okay, all right.
That's the reason why I don't want to spay her, because we sell the puppies for a lot of money.
Oh, gosh. You're breaking my heart here, man. Oh, at 6 years, has she put her years in? Is her uterus done? This is my opinion here, and I have to say that, it's just maybe a time you need to really consider, has she done her service for you, both on the ranch and in the reproduction category here? And, I am definitely, I'm sympathetic with what kind of, life she lives and what she's doing. But, gosh, I just got to say, I'd either let this litter have its way, and then maybe they just become pet quality pets. But like I said, if you're really looking to terminate pregnancy, you're looking at doing that maybe about a month down the road.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I don't
hope
think I
that's
want
not
to do
the
that.
case.
It's just too valuable to me to risk anything happen to her. Now, last batch she had a C-section. Is that advised to do that again, or?
Yeah, there's some controversy whether or not if a pet has a C-section that they're going to always need a C-section, and I don't see that that's always the case. There are some breeds, usually the bulldogs, the big-headed breeds, where I'd say that tends to be a little bit more the case, but it doesn't mean she's absolutely going to require that. So, so hopefully that won't be the case, and things will go along naturally, and just be real vigilant and watchful with her. And who knows? Maybe it doesn't take. Maybe you won't have that pregnancy.
That would be great. Last time I bred her to a son of a 10-time world champion stock dog, and she didn't settle to that one. So that was kind of a bummer. We were looking forward to that one, but oh well.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, well, give your little girl a scratch on her head for me. She's a hard-working dog, and I wish her the best.
Okay,
and thank you so much for your call there, John.
Well, that's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for joining us for Animal Radio. Remember, you can visit us at the website at animalradio.com. Lots of great stuff over there. And also on Facebook, we gave you the word of the day. I'm going to tell you what it is one more time, just in case you missed it. I'm cheating. It's rock, R-O-C-K. Use that word over at facebook.com/Animal Radio. And win yourself some big old prizes. Also on Twitter at Animal Radio. Your voice at animalradio.com. Let's see. The phones are open all week long, 1-866-405-8405. There's just so many ways to reach out to us. There's no excuse. We are everywhere you are. And if we're not on the radio or on XM where you are, you can visit us by using the Animal Radio app for iPhone or Android. Let's see. Oh, I also want to thank Joy Behar for the Season of Stars. Do we know who's on next week? We don't know who's on next week. Okay, she's shaking her head.
It's a secret.
Super secret surprise for us.
Yes.
We'll have another word of the week. Have yourself a great week.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Always adopt, don't declaw.
This is Animal Radio
Network.